In today's video I wanted to rank all the event towers in the game and basically rank them from, worst to the best ones. Now I know that I made a similar video a long time ago, but a lot has changed since then and I think like a new one should be made. We're gonna start with the first blaster and we're gonna go through all of the other ones up to the elf camp. First blaster is kinda like Freezer, but one that can actually deal some damage. And it's not a lot of damage at the start, it's only like 1 damage. So it's only like 1 damage. It's not that good. However, what's good about this tower, the only good thing about this tower is level 3. As you can see, it's gonna get double the fire rate, it's gonna shoot twice as fast, and it's gonna get triple the damage. So essentially, you make his DPS 6 times as good. And as you can see, it has around 10 DPS, and if you have 2 of them, they should be able to kinda stunlock the boss from what I remember. Yeah, as you can see, they kinda stunlocking him. First blaster overall is not a great tower. It can help freeze enemies and it can freeze enemies like bosses like here, but it's not the greatest tower in the game, so I'm gonna be putting him on the E tier. So the next tower is the Commando. As you can see, it is kinda expensive to place, and for the price, it's not doing that good of a job. Mind you, this is just the Molten mode. This isn't like Fallen. And the next one gets the rockets. And those rockets, as you can see, they don't do a lot of damage. That one rocket dealt 1 damage each to all of those slows. So that missile launcher is not good either. Now he does have like 50 DPS at max level, but the cost for it is very big. He also looks cool, but you can see that this guy is kinda outdated, it doesn't have any animations. I'm probably going to put it on the F tier. There's no other place I would put this tower on. Executioner is the first good tower on our list. This tower, it is good. As you can see, it can handle this pretty well. And this isn't the case just for Molten mode. It will pretty much do the same on Fallen mode, but on Molten mode he's one-shotting everything. As you can see, there's gonna be a boss this wave, and let's see how one Executioner will handle, a normal boss. And yeah, as I expected, this guy kinda struggles with bosses. And he actually didn't hit him that one time, which is kinda weird. But yeah, overall, this tower is kinda good. This is a very good crowd control tower, in my opinion. So I think a B tier is a right call for this tower. Archer Tower. This tower was, I think, the recent event tower that actually got some sort of a rework. Now, this tower is kinda similar to Executioner. This guy is very good against crowds, but struggles against bosses. Now, the first upgrade is actually very good. You can see that it boosts the fire rate pretty heavily for only 100. And now, this is Molten mode, so Archer is going to one-shot those enemies. This isn't going to be the case with the Fallen mode though. And funnily enough, because this guy has now the fire damage, this guy is also good for the hardcore, because it has flying, it has swing attack. As you can see, he one-shots everything, no problem. This would also be the case for the Fallen mode, because he has 20 damage. And as you can see, he kills those 2 bosses pretty quickly, even faster than Executioner did. Archer now, a pretty solid event tower. I would also probably rank it on the B tier, but probably above the Executioner. So yeah, that's the Archer. Sledger. Sledger, when it comes to early game, as you can see, it sucks. It is not good, but the Sledger isn't meant for the early game. It's a shame though that this is the event tower, and this is the only good freezing tower. Now, if you upgrade this tower, he should be able to start freezing enemies. Now, he won't freeze the slows because he's just gonna one-shot them. And you can see that the freeze lasts for a very long time. He gets another hit before he gets even unfrozen. Now we'll see if is he able to kill it? I don't think he is. Yeah, he isn't. But he should be low. Yeah, 10 HP, he was 1 hit away. Anything that isn't like a major boss will be frozen pretty much permanently if you have enough sledges. And let's see how they will handle them. And actually one already died. Yeah, this tower is good. This tower is amazing. And Sledger, a very good tower. If you have it, use it. Gladiator. Do I even need to explain this one? This tower is just simply amazing. I don't even need to farm for this tower. Level 1, level 2 and level 3 upgrades kinda suck. But level 4 upgrades is where the tower becomes pretty much overpowered. Now, you might see an issue with this tower that it will struggle a little bit with the bosses. Now, level 4 and 5, don't. This tower will pretty much shred. I don't even have to use ability for this one. And it also has silly detection because why not, right? 80 DPS with AoE damage and an ability is kinda busted, especially because it is just 11,000. Yeah. Yeah, do I even have to explain this even further? Easy S tier. Toxic Gunner. Toxic Gunner is an interesting tower because it is kinda like a soldier, but I think a little bit worse at times. Now he also has the poison damage. I'm gonna set on strongest so you guys can maybe see. Yeah, you can see that's... Oh, never mind. Poison damage is like 1. Wow. Yeah. I don't know what to say about this tower, other than the fact that level 3 is like the only good thing about this tower. Similar to like Frost Blaster, this guy is only good on level 1 and level 3. Now I wanna see if the slowdown even works. Come on, Toxic Gunner, slow it down, slow it down. And he actually slowed him down a little bit. Yeah, he is slower, but still the damage is okay, I guess. So it's still but it's still not that amazing. I'm gonna actually get 2 of them because I wanna test out something. Okay, so that's the 2 bosses. If I'm gonna set the Toxic Gunner to last, let's see the difference in the speed. Never mind. Toxic Gunner slowdown. I thought it was bigger. Never mind, it doesn't. Okay. This tower. If I were to put him on the tier list, I would probably put him on the E tier, similar to Frost Blaster. Now, I don't know if Frost Blaster is worse than Toxic Gunner. I think Frost Blaster is worse. So yeah, I'm gonna put it on the E tier, but above the Frost Blaster. Swarmer. Swarmer is an interesting tower because level 4 is the only... I mean, level 5 is the only thing that really stands out because it can actually deal a lot of damage on its own. You might be surprised to hear that Swarmer is mainly used as a major boss killer. Now, you might be thinking, how is that possible that Swarmer, you know, is used for, you know, bosses? And that's because of a bug. So now I'm gonna try to trigger this bug if I set them to strongest. Now let's see if this actually triggers. It should. Yep, I think it should trigger now. Yep, and as you can see, the Swarmers are... This Swarmer at least is attacking... Look at him. Yeah, he just attacked twice. Yeah, this is the bug. The boss just died. This is the bug you wanna go for. If you have like 30 of them, they're gonna shred everything. As long as you use the bug. I'd say the only counter to those guys is the speedy enemies, like the tank. But as you can see, this guy just keeps firing and... Yeah. This tower, if you know how to use it, this tower becomes overpowered. Another ST. Slasher. Slasher is like the discount version of the Gladiator. And it isn't a good one at that. So yeah, when it comes to the tower, this tower on level 1 isn't that bad. Especially on multi-mode. In full mode you would probably go for 2 level 0s. I think that would be more beneficial. Although this tower isn't that bad as people claim it to be. You can use it in multi mode as an early. So I'd say Slasher. Well, it is a bad tower because it is gonna fall off after like wave 20. Like the moment Giant Boss comes out, this tower won't be able to keep up with all the DPS other towers deal. But when it comes to early game, like before wave 20, I think this tower isn't that bad of a choice, even in fallen game. How about 2 bosses? Yeah, they will handle the 2 bosses as well. It is kinda expensive though, I spent 8,000 on them. While this tower is better than like a Frost Blaster, I don't think it's as good as Toxic Gunner. I'm gonna put it on the E tier, E tier as well. Yeah, it will not handle this, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the bosses, yeah. So the next tower is the Elf Camp Tower, which, you know, spawns the elves every like 15 seconds on level 0. And when you upgrade it, the elves become stronger and spawn, you know, faster. Similar to like military base, this is a spawner tower, so you can pretty much place it anywhere. I just place it here, just so you guys can see it easier. But you can place this tower anywhere and it should do fine. Now, Elf Camp has one big issue with it, and that is the fact that it has a placement limit of 2. You can only place 2 Elf Camps, which is a big shame because it does limit the tower by a lot. But as you can see, Elf Camp can hold on its own, but mind you, this is the Molten mode, not like Fallen or anything. But even in early game, this tower can hold its own, and it is kinda cheap, much cheaper than something like a military base, which is very similar to this tower. Now, after getting the max Elf Camp, you're gonna see that it takes a while for the elf to spawn in, which also is another point which is another point of Elf Camp just being very limited. Like, if you get the max upgrade, you have to wait like 80 seconds for it to be actually in effect. Finally, there is the Ripped Elf. Now, this guy has a lot of health, 800, and he also throws boulders, which deal 140 splash damage, enough to almost one-shot a normal boss. The limit of only 2 limits this tower heavily. This tower, I'm pretty sure, is the most cost-effective tower in the game. Like, for the price that you pay, this tower is just amazing. It's gonna like, yeah, it's gonna... Yep. The problem is with this tower is the placement limit. And also having to wait like 80 seconds after getting the max upgrade for this guy to actually spawn in. Overall, this tower is pretty solid. I'd say it's a B tier. This is my final tier list for this video. So yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.